Duke and Syracuse will play a Sweet 16 game filled with zone defense. Zones are the alternative to man-to-man defense. It's not always a fan favorite among college basketball watchers for aesthetic reasons, but it's been an effective defensive strategy for decades. Zone defense comes with a stigma, and that's only amplified when attached to nationally despised programs like Duke or Syracuse basketball. Twitter is likely to find Friday night's clash insufferable. Here's what a zone defense is, and why it's so hated. So what is a zone defense? A zone defense is exactly how it sounds. Instead of playing a typical man-to-man offense, like you see in the NBA, teams dictate different zones of the court for each of their 5 players to defend. In Duke and Syracuse's case, they play a 2-to-3 zone. A 2-to-3 zone typically places 2 guards on either side of the free throw line. They are to defend anyone that comes into their region from the foul line out past the three-point arc. As the offense moves the ball to either side, each defender cheats a little more to the opposite side, anticipating where the next pass will land. The 3 in 2-to-3 zone represents the 3 wings and big men who create the back line of the defense. The tallest of the 3 is usually placed in the middle to protect the basket from layups and dunks, and the smaller 2 are placed on either side of him. Just like the guards, the bigs cheat either way depending on where the offense reverses the ball. This type of defense is meant to coerce teams to shoot semi-contested threes or dare them to attack the lane with beasts awaiting their arrival at the bottom of the zone. Why does Duke use this zone? Duke hit a wall mid-season, losing 3 games out of 4 to Virginia, UNC and a very bad street. John's team that was then 0-11 in the Big East. The team's biggest problem was defense. The Blue Devils have 2 of the most talented bigs in the game, as both Wendell Carter Jr. and Marvin Bagley III are expected to be lottery picks in the upcoming NBA draft. Neither could handle defending against the pick-and-roll in man-to-man sets though, forcing Coach K to rethink his entire scheme to salvage a season set to spiral because of an inability to prevent opposing teams from strutting to the bucket. So far, it's worked. Duke went from a sub-50 defense to the number 8 defense on KenPom. Why has the zone worked for Duke? Length. Duke's inexperience showed earlier in the season. It starts for freshmen, and when they can ride on the heels of their gifted intangibles, their lives become a heck of a lot easier. There's less thought or verbal communication necessary for a zone to thrive. It's more about precision in S and long arms. Carter stands 6'10" with a 7'3" wingspan, Bagley is 6'11" with a 7 feet wingspan, and 6'10" Javon Delorier and 6'11" Marquez Bolden replaced them on the bench. When defense becomes a game of guarding a space, not specifically a person, by spreading your abnormally long frame, things become a lot simpler. The zone has helped hide a lot of the defensive deficiencies of Duke's bigs. Hughes does this too? Yep. Head coach Jim Boeheim has made a Hall of Fame career out of running the most effective zone in college hoops. He recruits for it. He may not have Bagley or Carter, but in 7'2" Pascal Chukwu and 6'9" Merrick Olazaj he has something close on the defensive end. There's a reason Michigan State shot 26% from the field and 22% from three-point range against them. Do other teams use it? A handful do. Baylor uses it, as did all of the Rick Pitino-coached Louisville teams. Why do fans hate zone defense? There's a stigma that implies zone defense is for the lazy, or the incompetent. You don't see zone defense played in pickup games around the country, and that's probably where the connotation stems from. For Duke, there's another layer, and not only just because they are America's most polarizing basketball school. The Blue Devils have one of, if not the most star-studded lineups in the nation. The notion that they need a zone to win despite 5-star recruits crowding their rotation is embarrassing to some. On a more general scale, zone defenses are also less aesthetically pleasing to watch. They typically slow the game down and entice teams to hoist shots from deep. That doesn't make for the offensive-driven 40 minutes most casual fans turn the TV on to watch. Do teams in the NBA use zone defense? Not really. Rules like the defensive 3 seconds rule prohibit a zone from working. In the NBA, nobody can camp out in the paint without defending a specific player for 3 seconds or longer. Teams try and get away with playing an aggressive 2.9-second help defense, but that's not a true zone.